In this short video, we're going to give you an overview of the Foundation Services SPI Master. And what we're going to be doing is looking at the exchange block example in polling mode. Let's have a look. So we've created a new project for the Mega 4809 Curiosity Nano, and we'd like to go to, in MCC, test the SPI Master. So checking that all available libraries are selected, you can see that we have a SPI Master and a SPI Slave, both from Foundation Services. The SPI Master is an abstraction module for SPI peripheral modules. Click to open documentation. We'll add this to our project. And you can see as it opens, we can add a specific instance of the SPI Master. SPI 0 is added by default. So we can see our SPI Master and peripheral SPI 0. And also we can see that there's an exchange block example available. So we can select that, and just checking SPI 0. Here we can see it's not interrupt driven, enable SPI. On our particular kit, we can check the schematics here, and we can see that we have MOSI and MISO here on PA4 and PA5, and by default, as we add the SPI, that we have MISO and MOSI on pin A4 and 5. Looks like the pins are set up correctly. On this baseboard here, if we have a look at the user guide, that I have MISO and MOSI, which is carried through all three microbus extensions. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because I have generated code, and now looking in the projects, I can see under examples folder, there's a SPI Master example. And this example here, there's some instructions. Make a loopback connection, MISO and MOSI, to connect the pins to a slave. So what's happening here, we open SPI Master, there's a select certain slave, but if we don't use the slave, then we can loop back. So we'll try and exchange a block. If the pins are successfully looped back, it will appear to come from a slave. And so to check if it worked correctly, we'll see the buffer state. And so let's have a look in both points here and here. So what we're going to do is call this example from main, SPI Master test, and if we're going to call an example, we should call our SPI Master example. Let's start a debug session. Okay, so here we come into the SPI Master test, and we're wanting to exchange a block, and at this point our buffer is showing DATA in the buffer, and as we run to the string compare, at this point buffer has just FFFF, and so we can see that the buffer was not exchanged with the slave, which would be our loopback slave. And if I plug in the loopback in MISO and MOSI, then I'm going to reset and run. Here I can see my buffer is data, and running again after the exchange block, my buffer is in fact still data. So the bytes have been successfully exchanged. We can see that our SPI Master is working. The next step would be to actually connect a slave and then receive something back from the slave in this exchange block API. Thank you.